Hello everyone and welcome to Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask Part 2. And in the last video I tried to catch the masked gentleman and unfortunately failed, but it was inevitable. So, upon their arrival in Monte d'Or, Luke, Emmy and the Professor witness one of the masked gentleman's terrible miracles. In spite of their efforts, the villain escapes, as I mentioned, and our heroes set out to talk to Angela Lador, an old friend of the Professor's. Chapter 1, The Masked Gentleman.
Professor, do you know someone named Angela Lador?
Angela? Yes, of
Turn it up
course.
there.
Where did you hear that name?
It was on the letter.
A letter?
Oh, let me!
Stay out of it, Luke. You were never asked.
Angela, after all these years.
How did she never talk to me?
Thank you very much, Luke.
But why did you open it if it's such a simple task?
Very strange.
What is it, Professor? Professor?
The Mask of Chaos.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Dearest Herschel, I trust this letter finds you well. I have read wonderful things about your work, Herschel. Or rather, Professor Layton. It's difficult to believe it has been nearly 18 years. I'm sure this letter comes as quite a surprise, but I must ask for your help. We have experienced a series of terrifying incidents here in Monte d'Or. I must be cursed by the Mask of Chaos, for it is now threatening to destroy our city. I hope you can forgive me after all these years. I don't know who else I can turn to. I cannot give you the full details now. However, if you can spare the time, I shall tell you all upon your arrival. We are in desperate need of your help, Herschel. I've enclosed the address for the Lador estate. I hope to see you soon. Angela Lador.
The Mask of Chaos? What is that? Donald Rutledge wrote about it in his book, Ancient Histories.
Well, that's kind of straightforward.
According to legend, the mask bestows great power upon whoever wears it.
It also states that I like waving my finger at people for no reason.
Yes, the allure of omnipotence is as old as mankind itself. You seem to know quite a bit about the mask, Emmy.
Well, I have taken a few courses here and there.
I see.
Did I leave something out, Professor?
No.
No, you're absolutely correct.
So, this Mask of Chaos is well known in the world of archaeology? Oh, yes. Among researchers, it's quite a popular topic. If it's supposed to grant power, how can you be cursed by it?
It's difficult to say. Angela certainly wasn't very forthcoming in her letter.
What is your relationship with Angela, Professor? Is she one of Professor Layton's lost loves?
Most likely.
Hardly. I've known Angela since my school days. Our relationship was complicated.
Ha! He's admitting it.
I see.
I've got dirt on the Professor.
Well, a gentleman could never refuse a request from an old friend. Right, Professor?
Why, yes, Luke. I suppose you're correct there.
In the letter, she talks about a series of terrifying incidents. What do you think she means by that?
I can't say for certain, but I know how we can find out.
Mask of Chaos. It is said that the Mask of Chaos grants its wearer tremendous magical power. Could this power be behind the masked gentleman's so-called miracles? It's a conspiracy! It's odd. I always thought the mask's power were just part of the legend. So what happened earlier? Was the kind of incident Mrs. Liddell talking about in her letter? I imagine so, yes. As it was tonight's spectacle was one... Yeah. Emmy, you were able to find out anything that might help us? As a matter of fact, yes. It seems our masked gentleman first turned up here about a month ago. But no one did anything about it? That's pathetic. It's been performing miracles left, right and centre. It has the whole city in a frenzy. Why would he do something like this? These innocent people only wanted to watch the parade. It's worrying to see this troublemaker able to act in impunity for so long. Presumably the police are struggling with the case. Seems so. They're trying to catch the culprit, but they can't do much without any leads on his identity. And given that they don't know how he does these miracles, I'd say it's pretty hard to pin them down to suspects. I see. Well, there's no time like present to let's start investigating the immediate area. Well, I don't know. Why don't we see the most eye-catching thing here? The sleeping, crying woman! Anyone who's not a stone is trembling with fear. You'd have to have a heart of stone not to be upset by this. But, this is by no means a miracle. Our result is more like a nightmare. Well, I think we've pretty much gathered about their solid stone. Is there really nothing we can do to help them? If we'd been standing here earlier, we might have ended up in the same way. And we still might. Right, let's just snap a few photos, and you'll never know they'll come in handy. We'd best be on guard. If the other miracles are like anything like tonight's, we must be prepared for any eventually. And careful, Professor. Oh, Professor, there's someone coming our way. Let's ask him if he knows anything. Oh, this guy? What a weird afro. We meet again, my friends. It must be a fated reunion of our kindred spirits, no? How thrilling the carnival is tonight. If I'm not mistaken, you are... Mistaken? Absolutely not. Indeed, it is I who was mistaken to suppose for a moment that we would not meet again. I am here simply to enjoy the sights and sounds that a tourist may see and hear. I would have none of this turning into stone business. Where's the elegance? Would you sooner catch me in a waxworks? But pleasantries aside, I come to you now for a reason. What sort of reason? I have prepared a wooden crate, a box, I'd say. I would like you to try and find it. Go on, slide your stylus around. Whee! Sliding it around, can't see anything. Sliding it around, can't see anything at all. I can't see any wooden boxes anywhere. Sure there's one around here. Ah, not so hasty, little man. It takes a few helpings of patience and a fuller course of imagination. How can you hope to find the box if you don't think outside of it? Pardon me, Alnus. You haven't quite caught the gist of your explanation. Could you clarify a little? I'm so very glad you asked, my third gentleman friend. This is where we must use the ancient art of zooming. Zooming? You want us to move faster? Gotta go fast! Haha, no. Slow down there. You must I spy with your magnifying glass, and watch for a reaction, blue as the azure sky. Behold, if the magnifying glass turns blue, you have found a zoom point, and then focus, magnify, zoom! When you find a zoom point, just touch your touch screen and with any point of interest. Don't be so shy. Oh, here I guess. Oh, so it was hidden back there. Well, you were standing in a solid spot, so of course it would be. What magnificent magnification! With such skills in your repertoire, this needle lies in plain sight and not in the haystack. We'll bear this technique in mind. Thank you, Aldous. As ever, the pleasure was mine. You touched the box before you. You have been itching for this moment, I can tell. So let's touch the box. Tap, tap. You found a hint coin. Voila, your hint coin. How radiantly she shines. On both puzzles which you have stumped, she is your fairest friend. But you would not waste these willy-nilly coins. Oh no, hint coins are not numerous like grains of sand, but prized like pearls. They're hidden all over the city, so peel your eyes and look all around. Look out, look about, and sometimes zoom! And now, my friends, I have taught you everything I know. Go out into the great wide world and zoom! Oh, I almost forgot. When you no longer want to see the world in glorious detail, just touch zoom out and return to normal. And with that, I bid you adieu. Until we meet again. He never wastes any time, does he? Well, no. Back to our investigation. Perhaps this zoom function will come in handy later on. This game constantly breaks the fourth wall with its techniques. So, Professor, do you think that tent over there was set up for the carnival? It's huge. I'd say so, yes. With all the flags and illuminations, it certainly looks like as a carnival marquee should. This street is so festive. I wonder if it's like this every day. Can we see a bit closer up, Professor? Just for a second. Of course. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, Luke. We need to establish how we will move around the city. Oh, of course. Then we can just ignore this, because I know how to play these games. I've got 4 of them, so yeah. I hope that was clear enough. Touch the orange icons. Basically, to move from one location to the next, all we need to do is touch an orange icon on the map. Right, Professor? You hit the nail on the head, Emmy. Now let's go head to the marquee. It's as good as a place to start any of our investigation. So why don't we head to the marquee? Touch. I've been wondering, Professor, how are we going to keep track of our investigations with so much going on? You asked for a persistent question, Luke. Allow me to explain. And then we can skip this as well. I feel like I know it all now. You're still just an apprentice, Luke. Save the smugness until you know the trunk like the back of your hand. But I did memorize it all. Now, you two, just put the trunk to use, and you'll be familiar with it in no time. New episode has been added to the trunk, Emmy's Inquiries. So yeah, I think I will leave everything here for now, and I will see you in the next video. Like, comment, and subscribe. See ya.